Hey, I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. You're watching Open. Thanks for hanging out with us. Coming up on today's show, we'll speak to 3 Vietnam veterans who are here with us to raise awareness on a herbicide that has forever changed the lives of so many soldiers and their families. Then we'll check in with the founder of an organization that just celebrated a major milestone. She's a friend of the show, and she'll highlight the work that she is doing to help students develop a love for reading in 2025 and beyond. Then finally, we'll speak to a unique brand that is honoring the past while uplifting the future of our community. So all you have to do is sit back, kick off your shoes, and relax your feet. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee, and we're wide open. Here we go. Hey everybody, I'm the Dr. Bob Lee, and you're watching Open. It's that live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. Stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. Leading things off, the Vietnam War left many legacies, and one of the most insidious was the long-lasting effects of herbicides. The veterans who served during the Vietnam War became ill and were all but ignored by the government, denied assistance, and forced to lobby for the right to live the rest of their lives with dignity and to provide for their families. So here to raise awareness on their herbicide known as Agent Orange are 3 members of the Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 126. So please welcome to the show, Fred Gasior, Peter Funk, and Marty Edelman. Peter, Fred, Marty, welcome.
Bob, thank you very much for having us.
Now, this is very, very serious, and we thank you guys, first of all, for your service, and thank you for stepping up and creating the awareness as to what's happening with this herbicide, Agent Orange. Give us a little background on yourselves. Fred, you can start out.
Bob, myself, I'm an Air Force veteran. I served 6 years in the United States Air Force, and I was in Vietnam in 1968 and 1969. Crew chief, flight engineer, flying on several planes throughout Vietnam.
And Peter?
Yeah, I was in the Army. I served from 1964 to 1966 with the 5th Special Forces Group. I had a variety of roles while I was there. I was an E3 and traveled throughout Vietnam as part of my duties.
And Marty?
Yes, I'm Secretary of VVA 126, and I served in active duty from 1963 to 65, most of my time in Germany and Virginia.
Yeah.
I got involved with Agent Orange, participated in putting together Agent Orange Day over the last 5 years, creating a brochure and the like.
What is Agent Orange, and what was it used for in Vietnam?
Well, I could start off. It was a defoliant. It was to kill vegetation, right? And so, that did 2 things. One, you'd be able to see the enemy a little bit better, couldn't hide behind vegetation, and also destroyed some of the crops that would make it difficult for the Vietnamese to eat. Like, guys?
Peter?
Yeah, Agent Orange was a substance that became known to me after the Vietnam War.
You didn't think about it while you were there?
When I was over there, I spent some of my time at Nha Trang, which had an adjacent air base. And starting in, at least to my recollection, in 1965, I would see the C-123s that Fred described with what appeared to me to be like crop dusters under the wings.
Yes.
And I asked about it and was informed at the time it's a defoliant. We don't want them to be able to hide in the jungle. But
That was a good thing for the immediate threat, right?
It was a good thing for the immediate threat. We were not informed at the time of any adverse effects of the dioxin that was in the Agent Orange. And it was certainly my experience that I must have been exposed to a fair amount of it, because one of the places that Fred had mentioned earlier, Da Nang, was a place that I was in. There's an air base there. I do recall seeing defoliated areas that reminded me of what you see after a hurricane has come through on the coast,
Yeah.
where all of the vegetation is brown and wilted and hanging down. The same, but sort of dead appearance. It's very noticeable.
Yeah.
So I traveled in many different planes, because with Special Forces, we reached our different bases. We had quite a number of them around Vietnam by air. And many of these missions involved being at air bases, and in some cases on 123s. I'm not sure if they were the same 123s they used for spraying herbicide.
And Fred, this would rain down on a lot of the soldiers too.
Oh, absolutely. There was, even in an area that was an operational area where our troops were in, we would still spray that area.
Yeah.
And this would rain down on you, and it's like an insect spray. If you would spray yourself,
Yeah.
the spray would come down on you, and it would spray the entire area. Now, once
You
again,
remember the smells and the effects of it?
the smell, it was like lilacs. I mean, it smelled beautiful. I mean, I thought I was in a paradise by just the smell, if that was it.
Yeah.
But afterwards, and as Peter just described, going back perhaps only a few days later, it was like a dead area. It's almost like the moonscape, looking at everything that was just hanging over like a deep brown. He's absolutely correct in the description of that. But if you look at the water, if you looked at the puddled water, you would see the water had a colored film on it.
Wow.
Just like you can envision pouring a can of oil in the water and the oil running on top of it. The same thing with Agent Orange like this here. And this was the water that the troops in the field drank, because there was no Poland Springs water sent to you or anything like that. You'd have to dip your canteen in there, take the water, throw some purification tablets in or boil it, and then hopefully your mother or father sends some Kool-Aid to you that you could put the Kool-Aid in the canteen to take some of the taste away to make it more palatable. Anyway,
Wow.
not a pleasant thing, so to speak.
Yeah. So the pictures next to you, I see it's dedicated to the Vietnam veterans and their descendants who died and who suffered from the illnesses caused by the effects of Agent Orange and other toxic chemicals. These are the aircraft that have sprayed it, like the dust cropters.
That is correct. Yeah, the Agent Orange was administered in a couple of different ways. One of them, you'll see a C-123 provider that in the picture that is spraying it. The other one is a helicopter, HU-1D or HU-1H, that was spraying it. But also, that Agent Orange was sprayed on the ground. Some of the guys had backpacks around operational areas, okay, where you would spray an area, and for instance, a fire bases that perhaps a Peter would go to, or a forward A camp or such. They would spray the area around to deny the cover, the foliage for the enemy.
Yeah.
There also was massive sprayers where you had a 55-gallon drum with a sprayer on, and it was like a fire hose.
The back of a truck.
In the back, absolutely correct. In the back, and would spray areas like this. So the exposure to Agent Orange was just about everyone in that area, whether you got sprayed with it or whether you walked through the area, drank the water, ate the vegetation, or whatever it may be on that.
Yeah, I didn't know about the ground spraying and on the back of a truck or on somebody with a backpack. I just thought it was like a dust cropter spraying, from above. But what are some of the effects of Peter? Some of the effects of Agent Orange today?
There are numerous effects. There are neurological effects, the cancer that Marty described earlier. and of course birth defects. The problem with Agent Orange is sometimes it didn't manifest itself until years later. There's a long list of specific, actually Marty has in front of him a pamphlet that he put together that details all of these diseases. But the difficulty is how you attribute, Fred had alluded to this earlier, how you attribute a particular cancer to Agent Orange, how you attribute a particular disease. We all get diseases, there are a variety of causes, but some, you look back and there was nothing else that you could see that would have caused the problem, the neurological problem, the disease. And some of these diseases were really devastating. I was very fortunate. I didn't realize until, as I mentioned, until long after the fact that I'd been exposed.
How has it affected you?
How has it affected me?
Exposure, yes.
Well, it didn't affect me physically, as far as I know. I mean, at my age, I have my share of problems.
Yeah.
But emotionally, as a soldier, you're putting yourself on the line. You volunteered. My dad was a Marine in World War II, and all of my uncles were in World War II. I grew up with a tradition of patriotism and service.
Yeah.
And, you want your government to be square with you. Interestingly enough, the Army did watch after my health in a great many ways. I was inoculated for every possible disease. I got dozens of shots as I was going. I had to take Primaquine, chloroquine they gave you when you were out in the field. You had to take salt tablets. You were given purification tablets to put it, as Fred mentioned, in your water. All of these efforts to keep you healthy. But here was a major health problem that just was ignored.
Yeah.
The awareness,
you have a list of it?
the awareness, there's over 20 cancers that the government has published saying that, yes, these came out of Agent Orange and similar chemicals. So, but the key, what we would like to let Americans know, well, over 58,000, mostly men, were killed in Vietnam. Over 10 times that, 500,000 or so, have died from these cancers. And the worst part is that when you get killed, you're dead, you're gone. But these cancers have been passed on through the blood to the children and grandchildren, documented.
Still,
and that's the awareness that we want to make sure that people know and our legislators know to stop these burn pits and using these chemicals because they cause these other problems.
Yeah. And Fred, there's something coming out. Is it Agent Orange Awareness Day or month?
We August the 10th has been designated as Agent Orange Day across the nation. We do ourselves a awareness campaign. We do it at 55 Water Street at our monument there. But we, as Marty said, what we want to do is we want to bring everyone to the awareness of what Agent Orange is. In Vietnam, 2.7 million American men and women rotated through Vietnam. We all left the war, but the war never left us. Today, every veteran that was served in the Vietnam area of operation is presumed, by the way, to have Agent Orange. It is a presumptive disease that the VA has given to each and every one of us. Unfortunately, the disease, when it manifests, is only when it's recognized for treatment. Beyond that, we can go on and on and on. If we don't have any symptoms, then supposedly we don't have Agent Orange. Myself, I've been affected. I lost several people. I lost 2 brother-in-laws. I lost a cousin and lost some of my very, very close friends. Every one of them related to Agent Orange.
What about children?
Yeah, well, we've documented some of our chapter members in our annual brochures who have died from it. Also, other Vietnam veterans, friends that we knew who had served elsewhere. And that's what we were trying to document. And a few of them, they came across and told us about their children who had died.
So Agent Orange has affected the lives of many of us here, many of the Vietnam vets, and still affecting the children today.
There is proof that Agent Orange has gone not only through our genes to our children, but to our children's children and children's children's children, and it's verifiable. And it has gone back. I don't want to state exactly how many generations has gone back to, because that number is kind of flux. But we know members of Vietnam Veterans of America whose children have been affected by it, then who their children's children hasn't been affected by it. Unfortunately, within the last 2 years, I know of several out there.
Yeah, and they're still dealing with this in Vietnam too.
In Vietnam, it's a consistent thing with birth defects. I think that goes on from generation to generation to generation. It is an ongoing thing. This is something that's not going to end tomorrow. It's not going to end this decade, nor that, or the second, or the third decade. This is going to follow out there. That's why we are hoping that research will be done on it. We're hoping that going forth, that our government comes forth and does research and into, again, not so much us, because the truth is, hate to say we're going out, but we're older, but our children, which we're concerned for, and our children's children, and that of others going forward, we want them to be adequately taken care of, I think, with every medical treatment they may or may not need in the future.
And anybody from the audience have a question, just let me know. You can shout it out. But what's being done today to protect our children from Agent Orange?
There are various acts right now in various bills in Congress right now that have called for research into Agent Orange, into the effects of Agent Orange, and again the genes and where it goes back forth. But to tell you what kind of a tonic or what kind of anything has done to prevent it or to help it or what have you, that hasn't been invented nor thought about yet.
Was the problem adequately addressed? Is the VA doing something about it?
Yes, the VA does, as Marty had indicated. They do indicate a whole category of ailments that are presumptively considered to be caused by Agent Orange.
Yeah.
You know, some of this, as we look at it as political, what's happening with the VA now, I don't want to get into that, or what's happening with national funding for medical
Has
matters.
the funding been cut for it, or it's still in
This
place
is something,
and they can't touch
something
it?
I'm looking into. I'm not, I mean, keeping track of a fast-moving developments in Washington.
This is a lawyer of the crew.
Yeah, absolutely, and a great lawyer at that too, by the way.
Yeah, but this is
So
something.
he was just being modest by saying, "I'm just looking into it."
I'm looking into it, and well, Fred knows I look into a lot of things for us. There are many issues that I look into for our chapter.
God bless you.
But well, there weren't that many lawyers in Vietnam, or at least not among the enlisted men who and now in our chapter.
They were young. They came back and
Well, that's
became
what I mean. Who
lawyers,
became
right?
lawyers? Yeah, I wasn't a lawyer there. I didn't become a lawyer until many years later. But looking into it is something I will tell you I'm not fully conversant with, but I'm getting more involved with, and looking into legislation, seeing what's happening right now. Very concerned about directions that the VA is taking, but
Correct.
I don't want to get ahead of myself, because it's sometimes things aren't exactly what you think from newspaper reports.
Yeah.
You have to get into it, and you have to look into it in terms of the, read the statutes, read the bills.
Right. Yeah.
Because every government will say, oh, we're doing all these things for reasons of efficiency and blah, blah, blah. Well, it's like sports. You have to keep your eye on the ball.
Yeah. There you go.
Right.
And that's
He's absolutely right.
And that's what we're trying to do as veterans, keep our eye on the ball, see what's going on, see where we can help. We're just one chapter. We're people who have some knowledge about it, but we're very concerned about veterans' affairs, their families, and the welfare of people who are affected by this. And as Marty pointed out, there are ongoing issues. There are burn pits. There are a lot of matters. There's depleted uranium in shells. That is anti-tank shells that are affecting people.
We got about a minute left. Anything that we missed?
Just a couple of the specifics of those 20 cancers that the VA has identified that did come from Agent Orange: bladder cancer, leukemias, diabetes mellitus type, Hodgkin's disease, ischemic heart disease, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, Parkinson's disease, peripheral neuropathy, prostate cancer. I mean, those are a few of them that they have said, yes, this is going on. And so a lot of people are aware of those type of diseases. And what Fred was saying, we need more research to help with the, finding cures for those type of cancers.
Who's here with you today? You have another Vietnam vet over there?
We do. Joe Mandello and
Joe.
Joe was a member of our chapter, chapter 126. One thing I would like to add is that one thing we would like as the general public to contact and speak with both assemblymen, congressmen, and senators about the issue of Agent Orange and where it's going. There are several bills in Congress pending today, and we'd ask that our congressional representatives sign on to these bills, get these bills passed, because the key is research. If we don't know what is going on, if we don't know that particular point, we can never find a cure. And this is where we need to go. Agent Orange, as I said earlier, is something that's going to be around for a long, long, long time. And once again, we're concerned for our children and our children's children and others out there.
Listen, thank you guys very much for coming and sharing that information with us.
You're welcome, Dr. Bob.
Thank you for letting us spend this time with you. And thank you for your service.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it. All right. The Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 126. Fred Gasior, Peter Funk, and Marty Edelman. Fred, Marty, and Peter, give them a big round of applause.
Hey.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, Bob. We appreciate this. Thank you again.
do
Come back
appreciate
again,
it.
all right?
Yeah.
Good.
We'll take
Thank
a
you.
quick break. I've got more open coming up next.
We're gonna start the show right now. This is my favorite part. Ready in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey, this is Angel, and I am one of the instructors for the in-studio production. Here at BronxNet, we offer classes that can help you elevate, expand, and start your television career. All you have to do is sign up at bronxnet.org/education. For the past 7 years, I have been in various productions, spanning from talk shows, independent films, news reports, art displays, teachings, musical performances, and many more. Ain't that right, Angel? Yeah, you're absolutely right, Angel. There are a lot of creative individuals that we're just waiting to sign up for the class. And if I may, can I also express that? Thank you, Angel. That's all the time we have left. Visit bronxnet.org/education and become a producer by taking the course. The class I offer is also in English, en español y también bilingüe. Nos vemos en la próxima clase.
And welcome back. You know, our next guest is the executive director of the Meet the Writers Incorporated. She joins us to speak about her organization and how it has continued to help students develop a love for reading, and that's very, very, very important. And to highlight a major milestone she recently celebrated. So please welcome to the show, Michele Weisman. Michele, welcome.
Thank you, Bob. It's so great to be here. Thank you so much.
We always have you pulled in from somewhere, maybe in Brooklyn, Bronx, somewhere at home or in your studio or at your office. But to have you here, this is great.
Thank you so much. It's so great to be here.
Yeah. Give everybody like a little overview of what you're all about and what you've been doing.
So our big milestone was we celebrated 10 years this spring, which was really incredible. We've been doing this for 10 years.
Wow.
We've reached more than 55,000 students, and we've given away more than 35,000 books. Little discrepancy because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And we're continuing to do the work. And what do? We basically work with schools to bring authors to their schools to meet their students.
Yeah.
And when we come to a school, every student on a grade participates. It's not optional. It's not moderated by a parent. And they come, they meet the author talks to them, and maybe the author reads aloud. There's usually a Q&A. They ask questions maybe you and I wouldn't ask. And then there's this moment where they get to talk to them kind of like we're talking, one-on-one. A kid gets to say, you know, I know I was supposed to read your book, but I didn't. But now I'm going to read it because I've met you and I'm really interested.
Yeah.
And so there's, or the author says, I love your hair. And that's really an important moment. The kids are like going around like this, feeling like, oh my God, this is really important. And all of this really drives reading and interest in literacy. And
isn't that a little bit better than social media, or it adds to social media? You get a chance to see the author, you can look them in the eye, shake their hands, and
yes, I think it's definitely better than social media. I think it's better than watching something on your camera, on your phone, on your computer.
yeah.
I think that especially when they're talking one-on-one, it seems like this is a real person.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a real person who looks like my mother or father or aunt or uncle or me.
Yeah.
And hey, I could do this too. I could tell my story. I just heard someone tell their story, and now I'm usually talking to my friends, telling my story. I could be the writer. I could write down my story, and my story could become a book.
And I can identify with that person because I met them.
Right.
So I can see where they're coming from. Or I can choose to disagree because I'm reading someone's book. Maybe it's not my way of thinking. But the magic of it all is that you had the opportunity to find out what it was all about.
Exactly. I really think it is magic. And they talk about, there's a scholar named Rudine Sims Bishop who talks about mirrors. You could read books that talk about your experience. You could really see yourself in a book. That's a mirror.
Yeah.
But also windows. You could read about someone else's experience. And I think that's very powerful.
Yeah. So how do you choose the authors and the books to bring into the schools?
So I choose them in a number of ways. One is I talk to the school and see what resonates. What are kids studying in school? What are they reading about? What are they talking about? Maybe a lot of third graders study birds. So maybe there's an author who's written a book about birds. Maybe there's a book about a different topic. Maybe a school was talking about immigration, and so we had someone write a book about immigration. But I also go to the Bronx Book Festival. I go to the Brooklyn Book Festival. I go to the Teen Author Festival. I go to different festivals because I want to make sure that an author has written a great book, but also is a great presenter. But I can't stand in front of 200 students and be like,
That can be difficult sometimes.
and that doesn't work.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that it's a good book. It's a person who might resonate with the school community, but also is a great presenter.
Yeah, and someone who knows how to use the identification technique. Let me see. Let me try to see if they can identify with me. I'm going to use some lingo that they use, and just to get my way in
For sure.
and just open it up.
Absolutely.
But I remember when you first started, and you were looking to add more schools onto what you were doing. Yeah, that was like 8
Yeah.
years ago, maybe 10 years ago. I don't know.
Well, so at 10 years, we're still working with some of the schools that we started working with 10 years ago. And our first school, in fact, was in the Bronx, called in Highbridge section of the Bronx, the Highbridge Green School. We're still working with them.
Yeah.
That's really powerful. But also new schools. This year we started working with a school in the Rockaways in Queens. The principal came with her students to a program at Symphony Space where the students met authors, and the principal said, we've got to do that at our school. We've got to bring authors to our school.
Yeah.
And I had worked with her assistant principal, and so we ended up, the principal said, we're going to bring 9 authors to our school this year. And so that was incredible.
Yeah. I mean, to keep people interested in the age of social media, you know, to get them continuing to read even throughout the summer, because once they get a summer vacation, oh, I'm going to go do sports, I'm going to do this,
Right.
I'm on summer vacation, and sometimes they lay the book down. But if you give them the incentive to read it over the summer.
That is a great question. In fact, at 3 schools, they got books in May and June, and they're going to read it over the summer, and they're going to meet the author in September.
All right.
For example, I brought one along by author Patricia Park. She wrote Imposter Syndrome and Other Confessions of Alejandra Kim. And students at Lab School for Finance and Technology in the Bronx at 149th Street, actually a little lower, 145th Street. Every high school student got a copy of this book, and Patricia's going to come meet them in September. And I'm really excited about exactly for the reason you said, because it prevents summer slide, they say. So in theory, kids are going to read the book, maybe over the summer, maybe the first week in September before they're back at school, and they're going to meet the author. And so we're doing this at a few schools.
And they'll get a chance to interact and talk about what they read.
Yes, exactly. They'll talk about the book, and they get to ask the author questions. They get to ask questions like, how did you become an author? And how do you make money?
Yeah.
How much money do you make? I mean, kids ask questions, and usually the author answers. And I think that's also a very powerful part of the program, is that the author, this may not be what's true for you, but this is what's true for me, and I'm going to tell you about it.
Wow. Imagine if they got some gift certificates to remember they used to give gift certificates to Toys R Us.
Right.
If they read a certain amount of books over the course of the summer, and then they would have 10 maybe questions that they had to answer.
Right.
That was
It's a
some of the
great
programs
idea.
that they had back in the day, you know.
It's a great idea to incentivize.
Yeah.
I mean, there are often incentives, for kids who read a certain amount of
throw in
books.
some gift cards.
Right. Yeah, it's a great idea. Thank you.
I didn't catch that on camera.
I
The gift
caught it.
cards we shall put on camera later on.
Yeah, that's great. So in answer to your question, so I'm always looking for new schools and also new authors, even though over 10 years we've built a robust network of schools and a robust network of authors, but I'm always looking for new authors. I just got this book from an author, Mika Song, called Night Chef. This is an advanced reader copy I'm going to read. I read all the books that I bring into schools. She comes to schools and talks about another book called Donut, Feed the Squirrels.
Yeah.
And she talks to kindergartners and first graders. And to keep their attention, she might do some reading, she might do some drawing, and then they have to do the donut dance.
Yeah.
So all the kids are up doing the donut dance. But authors send me their books so that I get to read them and decide, would this be a good match for a school? And I'm
That's
excited
good.
to read this because I think it's going to be a good match.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. And you know how to do the donut dance? I have a floor that you can show
Well, I'm
us.
not going to stand up, but I will show you. The author, does the donut dance, first small and then big. And she says to the kids, do you want to do the donut dance? And they're like, yes. So that's one of the nice programs. What an author might do with kindergartners is different what they might do with 8th graders.
Yeah.
So that's different.
That's
what we
good.
talk about, the topics might get a little more serious than the donut dance.
And for 10 years, and you have any give and takes, and challenges within the 10 years? What would you add to the program? What have you learned within the 10 years of doing this?
What have I learned? I feel like I've learned a lot. I feel like what we've been doing since the beginning, a lot of what we've been doing since the beginning has been working. I really love that every kid participates, whether they want to or not. They can't say, nah, I'm not feeling it today, I'm not going to come. They come. And every kid gets a book, because often kids will be like, they'll get their book and they'll say, I get to keep this? And I was like, yeah, you get to keep it. They're like, really, really keep it? Like, not return it to the library? And I'm like, yes, really, really keep it. And you see the kids walk around with their books during the day. And it's very, very swell. So I think that's working. So every kid gets a signed book to keep. And I feel like that's very powerful. Sometimes they say, nah, we don't want this book. But then we say, yeah, you take the book. And then they have this moment with the author.
Yeah. So what would you add to the program? What do you think you need to add or maybe remove from the program?
I don't know.
Better.
After the 10th anniversary, I feel like it's now very open. What's for the next 10 years?
Yeah.
And to be honest, I don't have a good answer now. I mean, I think this summer slide, some things that we're doing, more books over the summer, I think is very powerful. I guess I'll add one thing. We've been doing events with authors who say, we want to launch our book in New York City. We want this to be the first time, the book birthday, this is the day it's published. We want to introduce it to kids in New York City schools. And so we've been doing more of that. And that's very exciting too. The authors are really excited. It's the first day their book is out in the world, and the kids are really excited.
Anything
so that's something new. What's coming up? In September, we're doing these three summer reads.
The authors coming back to meet with the kids.
I wish I knew. I don't know. And I'm on the one hand, I'm really excited because we're going to keep doing what we're doing, and then there's going to be something new. I guess one of the things, we work school by school. We're going to start to work, I think, district by district. I had some conversations. I think it was District 7 in the Bronx. Maybe I got that wrong. And we're going to try to do things district-wide. And so that's going to be exciting, where it's not just an author talking to one school, but an author talking to maybe 10 schools. I think that's going to be really exciting, just reaching more students.
Yeah. Are you thinking about using multimedia? Maybe that's sitting in auditorium. That's not personal, though.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, sometimes people say, oh, we need to do audiobooks or we need to do other things. And I guess maybe I'm a little old-fashioned. I really want kids to pick up the book and say, I'm not really a reader, but this book makes me feel like I'm a reader.
Yeah, but you know what made me think that? When you said you're going to do districts, I thought maybe a big screen and auditorium and the author's there and they get a chance to see. But you really have to be with the youngsters.
I really do want, I don't want to give up this one-to-one moment. I'd love to reach more kids. So that's a big question. I don't know. I don't really know. It's always exciting to me to start working with a new school and go to a new neighborhood and start working with a new author.
Got to be there, boots on the ground.
I have to be there, so I'm always there. So Meet the Writers is always there.
Well, you can't do that other thing then. It's called Meet the Writers, so you have to be there.
So we have to be there. Meet the Writers is always there. The author's always there. We know how to get there. We know how to get tech. It's all set up. And so we're always ready to go. And I have young people helping me, young and old people helping me, which is really great.
You want to give them a shout out, people who are working with you?
Well, I've been working with I have a group of people working with me, Brittany, Simone, Tess, Nikki, Susan. They've been working with me and they're really helpful, make a difference. One of the things I've been doing is been putting stickers on these books, Meet the Writers stickers. I have this dream that someone's going to see the sticker and say, what is this amazing organization? We want to fund you. And so that's been part of our program. That's the assistance.
Are you looking for funding?
Always looking for funding. We've got some great funding, but always looking for more.
If you're looking for more, I've got a great camera for you.
Okay.
Let me see. Shall we looking to this camera right here?
Yeah, that would be great. I'm always looking for funding. Always happy to talk about that. We're looking for funding to fund the book, so every kid gets a signed book to keep. And so that would be really fantastic. I wanted to mention that I brought these 2 books along for you, Bob. These are books that I talked about last time called All American Boys. This was co-written by Jason Reynolds and Brendan Kiley. Brendan Kiley is local. It's an amazing book written by 2 authors, 2 kids who experienced this incident of racism. And Brendan comes to schools to talk about it. It's really amazing. I want to give this to you because I've talked about it. I want you to read it.
Thank you so much.
And then this is a book by Harlem and Portland author Renee Watson, who's really incredible. This is a book of her poetry that I feel like it really resonates. And I think you need to have this too. Black Girls, Your Atlas by Renee Watson. So I think you have to have both of those.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yes.
I read a lot of kids' books. I don't know if you do, but I hope you read these.
And we have to get that list from you that I can post on my Make the Grade website.
I'd love that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's great.
So if someone wants to contribute to your organization, where do they send it? What website?
They can certainly go to my website, meetthewriters.org. We have a new platform where it's no cost to you, no cost to me. It'd be really great. So, yeah.
Thank you.
And anyone is welcome. Anyone who would like to say, I'd love to see what this is about, they're welcome to come with us. We have a few things on the calendar. Lots more is going to be added once school starts.
Yeah. Listen, thank you so much. You know, you're always welcome to come.
It's always
Our
great.
house is your house.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Michele Weisman, Executive Director, Meet the Writers Incorporated.
Thank you
for
so
the
much,
books.
Bob.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
We'll take a quick break. I've got more coming up next. There's a new channel to explore, and it's bringing the classics back to life. During the day, relive the BronxNet originals that sparked conversations and built community. At night, dive into the hip-hop throwbacks that defined the generation. One destination, 2 powerful lineups. Now playing on Optimum Channel 952, Fios 2138, and streaming at BronxNet.tv. BX Legacy, where history meets the moment. And welcome back. We have everything on the desk here. Hey, our last guest is making waves across the city with his comic book inspired backpacks and t-shirts, illustrated historical superheroes, and sheroes too. You got to do the heroes and sheroes. You can't leave the sheroes out. And it's all a part of black culture, which includes figures such as Martin Luther King, Fannie Lou Hamer, Thurgood Marshall, Medgar Evers, and Sojourner Truth, just to name a few. And he's the founder of B.Brave by SK WiLBUR, a purpose-driven brand seeking to inspire young minds in more ways than one. Here to shine a light on that, it's a big mission, is Wilbur Pack Jr. Welcome. Welcome to the show, Wilbur.
Thank you so much.
All right. How are you?
I'm good.
I see
How
you
you
got the
doing?
backpacks, you got the t-shirts, you got everything.
Yes, I do.
You're in the community, letting people know.
Yes.
Talk about how you got started with it all.
Well, I have a career in fashion design, and I've been doing that for 27 years. And even before that, in my college days, I had taken a Black Studies course, and I had learned about these powerful, amazing activists, writers, change makers who look like me. And I was so excited about it, and then I was a little disappointed because I was just learning about these superheroes, as I call them. And I wondered, like, why hadn't they been part of my education from an earlier age? Yeah. And that just
They didn't
stuck
teach
with
that,
me.
right?
No.
In a lot of the schools, they didn't teach any of that.
Yeah. I actually looked up the history of why we're not included in textbooks, and we could go deep, but I will say that it was a concerted effort not to include people who are of a darker hue.
Yeah.
And so years later, I had the opportunity to work with someone who was interested in, at least they said they were interested in expanding their brand and reaching out to a demographic that was different from what they already had. And I came up with the idea for the backpacks almost immediately because of my experience in college.
Yeah.
And my desire to be able to share the stories of these wonderful people, you know, with younger kids. And I love comic book art. It's vibrant, it's eye-catching,
Yeah.
it's attention-grabbing, and I thought I could combine comic book art with telling these stories because, like I said, I see them as superheroes.
Yeah, and there's a lot of them too.
Yes.
We
Oh my
just know
God.
about the few, or they teach us about the few during Black History Month.
Exactly.
But there's a lot of them. That's what intrigued me. That's what led me to do the research to go out to find these
Right.
people.
Exactly.
So that's I have volume 1, 2, and 3 of People to Know in Black History and Beyond. I'm the author of those books. And I'm working on volume 4. And you should, it's amazing. There are people who have propelled astronauts into space
That's right.
in the 60s.
That's right.
They wrote a book, and then they did a movie, Hidden Figures.
That's right.
Yeah, so yeah, you're going to make a lot of this. You're going to do, you have a lot of work to do.
A lot of work.
Yeah.
Yes. And so now we have the backpacks, we have T-shirts. I have workshops that I run that combine performing arts or podcasting or visual art creation, just to engage young people. And, you know, when you start at a younger age, it sort of spreads out to the rest of our community, to our families and to our neighbors, so that what they're learning is something that can carry throughout, you know, the communities and hopefully the cities.
Now, a lot of entrepreneurs started in college, came up with great ideas and stuff. So this helped you get through college too? This made you a little bit of money? No? No.
I am a college dropout.
Okay.
I'm a college dropout.
Well, there's some billionaire college dropouts too.
That's very true. And you know, the idea stayed with me, but I didn't really launch this until 2022. Yes.
Yeah.
So well into my 50s.
That's all right. So you're making money with it?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Yes.
good. That's good. How are you using your workshops as a vehicle for celebrating Black culture and fostering a new generation of bold, imaginative thinkers?
Well, I always say that when we see ourselves, we can imagine more broadly, more boldly, the kind of futures that we have. And so by fusing performing arts or podcasting or, you know, art, just fine art, it engages young people in a way that I don't feel like they're getting anywhere else. And it adds depth to the stories, and it just really makes them absorb the information and keep the information.
You do all the artwork yourself?
Oh no.
You
No,
have people.
I have a young lady.
You have a crew.
A crew of one.
That's all right. It's a crew.
Who creates all the art for all of you know, all of my properties. So my website.
What's her name? Shout her out.
Her name is Anna B.
Anna B.
Yes, Anna
What's
B.
up, Anna B?
Yes. And keeping it
Anna B
consistent.
hanging out with Wilbur and Dr. Bob Lee. Here we go.
Yes. Keeping the message consistent and the artwork consistent as well.
Good.
Yeah.
So where do we go from here? What do you want this to be? Where do you want it to go?
Well, I am building a lifestyle brand, and I'm reaching out to young people on multiple platforms. And so we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, Facebook, all of the social media channels. But I do the workshops, but I'm also launching a mobile gaming app. We're actually going to be doing a crowdfunding campaign.
What?
To raise the money to get the mobile gaming app up and running.
You excited
hopefully
about
by
it?
the end of the year. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. We already have the prototype. It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
They're very quick stories because we know that the attention span is kind of short, and so they're no longer than 2 minutes of telling the stories and engaging the kids in this gaming format.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow, that's deep.
Yes.
Well, you know, when you do that, you got to come back here and show us. You do give us an example right here on live.
Thank you.
Live
Thank
on
you so
TV.
much. Yes, yes. And you know, the sky's the limit. This is a global issue. It's not just a New York issue, a Bronx issue, a United States issue. Our histories all over the world of the black diaspora have been erased. And, you know, with what's going on right now at the White House, they're trying to continue to erase us. And so it's really important and necessary that we teach our kids this kind of history.
You got to keep it alive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just like you.
Oh, yeah. When is that's right. When is the next workshop?
Well, I am working with some partners in Harlem, and we are looking to do a workshop during the winter break. So between Christmas and right into New Year, we are looking to do a workshop.
And these the backpacks are available now, though, right?
The backpackers are, yes, you can get them at the Schoenberg, at Shop Nilu on Lenox Avenue, at Grandma's Place.
All right.
They're sold at the Muhammad Ali Center in Kentucky and Houston Museum of African American Culture in Texas, and some spots in Brooklyn Made Store. So yeah, they're available. You can get them on my website, BBraveBackpacks.com. So yeah.
This will be right on time for when you don't have to wait till September. I mean, people are talking about back to school now, this early.
Well, they're available this early. Yes.
Yeah. So what are the spots again uptown in Harlem?
The Schoenberg, Research for Black Culture, Shop Nilu, which is a gift shop on Lenox and 119th Street.
Yeah.
There's Grandma's Place on 120th, right off of Lenox. Those are the 3 spots in Harlem.
And Harlem Week is coming.
Harlem Week is
You
coming.
know, they're going to have all the vendors out there. You know.
Yes.
Did you talk to Lloyd Williams in the Uptown Chamber?
I did not.
Yeah, call Uptown Chamber. Tell them you want to get involved.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good. So you got the workshop coming up. What other events or collaborations are you working on right about now?
Right now, my focus is really on this mobile gaming app. Other than what I'm doing with the Harlem kids this winter, I don't have any other collaborations happening at the moment.
You're going to call Lloyd Williams.
If you give me a number and make the introduction, Lloyd, I will be in his ear.
There you go. Tell him you want to get involved. Yeah, that's coming up. Harlem Week is like a whole year now. But the major events are like end of July through August.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
All uptown.
Yes.
So, and I see you got beads, and is that a part of it also?
Oh, no. This is just my personal aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Good.
Yes.
Good. But you do the T-shirts and the backpacks and what else? And hats.
Well, we're gonna be launching the caps later on this year as well.
Okay.
And I'm looking for partnerships, collaborations with established brands who want to get in on telling these stories, whether it's through apparel or whatever have you. Yes.
Yeah, and this is for profit. This is not a nonprofit organization.
This is not a nonprofit.
Yeah.
No.
See, this is an enterprise. You have it all over the place, and I think you have a flow coming in. Right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes. Trying to get that flow flowing, though.
Yeah. So did you reach out to the people in Chicago and the other big cities?
When I tell you that the work is ongoing and the hustle is real, I mean it.
Yeah.
So New York I'm tackling New York. I have done work with Orlando, telling the story of Jonestown, which was a black-led city, the first black-led community, rather, in Orlando. I'm looking to partner with organizations all over the country.
Yeah. So they got you working day and night. And Michael
Jackson, yes.
Sometimes that's what you got to do. You got to be out there day and night. And, sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night if you are getting some sleep and say, I have an idea.
Yes, exactly.
And you write it on down and keep it moving.
Yes.
Yeah. You have a website and social media and everything?
That's right. BeBraveBackpacks.com is the website. And that's not B-E, that's just a B. B-Brave Backpacks. Then there's social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, B-Brave Backpacks. Yeah.
Can they order off of the website?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. And you're looking for partners?
I am looking for partners who have established brands, who recognize the importance of what I'm doing and would like to collaborate, yeah.
What other thing are you looking for them to do? You want them to partner with cash?
If I could get a collaboration with a sneaker brand, that would be fantastic. An outerwear brand, like maybe Members Only, which is, a classic that's been reborn. Eyewear, I don't mind. I have my reading glasses today, and so it's not necessarily about readers, but, some kind of Luxottica or any one of those brands would be great to partner with. What makes us interesting, though, is that we have this QR code technology that when you scan it, it takes you to the website and you can learn more about these historical superheroes and also see content created by my history agents, young people who use rap, spoken word, dance, step to share these stories in creative ways.
It's a learning experience.
It is a learning experience.
Teaching. You're not only making beautiful backpacks and shirts and hats, you're educating people.
And that's really important because we know that when we see people who look like us who have done great things, that it reinforces the pride in our culture, it improves our self-esteem, and it really gives us, the freedom. I think that's what it is more than anything, the freedom to think broadly about what our future can be.
Got to be brave.
Be brave, be bold, be brilliant, be resilient, be all those things.
Thank you, man. Wilbur Pack Jr., founder, CEO, creative director of B.Brave by SK WiLBUR. We appreciate you, man.
That's me, yes. Thank you so much.
Give us that website one more time.
BeBraveBackpacks.com.
All right. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's show. We want to thank you, our guests, for joining us, you, our viewers, for tuning in and checking it all out. You keep following us on BronxNet TV for continued coverage. And thank you for letting us share in this space and time with you. And join next time a brand new episode of Open. We have our people who come on, Darren Jaime and Rena Valentin and a group of other people. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for letting us share in this space and time with you. And always remember this, what you are is God's gift to you. What you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice. Let your choice control the chooser. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee. I'll see you over 107.5 WBLS. Peace.